speaking of need, the Grizzlies were really in need of a big guy next to Jaren Jackson. USA Basketball exposed him last year in that center role. He's not built to be a full-time center. You know, he's generating 2 or 3 rebounds a game for Team USA, and I think that kind of told the Grizzlies and the rest of the NBA that's not his clear-cut role. Bringing in Zach Edey now for that team at, what is he, 7'4", just an absolute gargantuan human being, being next to Jaren Jackson, being able to do the dirty work, the shot blocking, the rebounding, and letting Jaren just be himself, be a roamer, be a weak side help defender, be a great three-point shooter. I think that's all going to work out really well for them. But what do you think about Zach going to the Grizzlies at the number 9 pick?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I was on more of the skeptical side when it came to Clingan and Zach Edey because I don't know what they are in the modern NBA, really.
Right,
But, you know, all trends have a tipping point, right? You go too small, you bring in a big. Well, that tipping point happened already, right? I think it's not small ball anymore. It's more skill ball, right?
Yeah,
it's like
I would say so.
You could play any size as long as you're versatile and you could play multiple positions.
Yep.
But with Clingan and Zach Edey, I guess I kind of grouped them in together, even though Zach Edey is showing a lot more than Clingan right now. I just didn't know how their game translates in the modern NBA. Like, are you going to go to Zach Edey post touches often, or is he going to turn into more of a rim runner? I don't know if he's that type of athlete where he's an elite rim runner like a Lively. So I'm like trying to figure out what he's going to be. Can you target him in the playoffs? So I still have all these questions. I like what I'm seeing in Summer League.
For sure.
But I'm a little bit skeptical when it comes to Edey, and even more so Clingan.
I'm with you. Those types of big men, they're a little bit outdated in terms of, you know, guys that just get low post touches and make something happen in the paint.
Yeah.
But I think they still bring something to the table that's very strong, that's very marketable, that's going to help their teams. Clingan specifically, I think for him, you know, just being so he's big, but he's decently fluid as well, and he has a lot of skill. Yeah. So for both of those
guys, if these guys weren't decently fluid, they wouldn't even get a look, right?
No, that's true. That's true. You got to have that. If you're gargantuan and you're not a freaking Wemby or something, like you know, you have to have something else to bring to the table.
Exactly.
Let's talk about fits that may not be the most seamless. So if we're talking about players now that are going to a team, and you say like, this could work out for them, but I'd actually maybe rather them see them go to a different team. Are there any players in this draft to where you kind of worry a little bit about their fit with that respective team, where it may not be as seamless?
It's interesting because I feel like this draft was more about fit than ever before, right? Because it was kind of no clear-cut best available in a lot of situations. So it was interesting. I do feel like the Portland Trailblazers could have done a better job of just picking the best available. Yeah. Like, I was surprised Dalton Connect went that deep. I thought he was a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
I thought Topic, who's hurt now, is a guy that maybe they could have drafted and just kept developing their other guards.
True.
Yeah, I don't really know about that fit with Portland, even though they do need a big, because it's like I would just try and get some more talent in there.
That's where I was at. I actually had hit him on my list as far as fits that I'm not thrilled about.
Yeah.
Now they have 3 legit centers. Aiden, Clingan, and Robert Williams, who admittedly isn't healthy much of the time, but they still have
That's
3.
why I was saying they might need one, but
it's tough. Like having 3 starting caliber centers is really tough. So that means they're all going to get less opportunities to grow, especially with Clingan. He needs the reps. So he's not going to get that opportunity right now. Maybe they look at trading one of those guys. I think it'd be in their best interest for one of those guys to be moved on. It's just a really tough situation right now with 3 guys like that are all really solid. We'll see what they do, but yeah, right now it's not the best fit. Maybe I wouldn't have done that in their position.